his mission is to teach you about God's love. Now, you might have noticed that I have a picture of Mighty Moo here instead of Mighty Moo himself. Well, I have a bit of sad news for you. Mighty Moo died earlier this week. They say guinea pigs live an average of 4 to 8 years. Mighty Moo was going to be 7 next month, so you can see that he lived a nice long life filled with love. Have you ever experienced loss? Maybe losing a fish, hamster, dog, or cat? Maybe a frog. When we lose someone we love, whether it's a person we know like a grandparent or an animal, or maybe even the loss of a friend because of a move, it can hurt. And it's okay to be sad and to cry. Talk to God, a trusted adult, and friends about your sadness. Don't keep those feelings bottled up inside because that'll just make it even harder. I have found sharing stories about Mighty Moo with others has really helped me and my family deal with our loss. If you don't mind, I'd like to tell you a few things about Mighty Moo. Alexa wanted a guinea pig so bad. When she was 10, we went to the animal shelter and came home with not 1, but 2 guinea pigs. They were brothers. Look how tiny. They were just 3 months old. Alexa, who's my daughter, she named them Cookie and Moo. Now you have to admit, Moo does have the colors of a cow. Cookie went to heaven when he was 4, and Moo lived for another 3 whole years. Moo loved to popcorn. This is a way that guinea pigs jump when they are happy. It literally looks like a popcorn kernel popping. He licked us, and that is a way that guinea pigs show that they love you. Either that or we taste pretty yummy. Mighty Moo had a habit of every time we walked into his room, he would come to the edge of the cage and start chewing on it. He would not stop until you gave him a treat. He would grab the treat and run to his pigloo and eat it. He loved to run in his cage and run through his tunnel. My favorite was to walk into a room and see him sitting on a pillow while Alexa was practicing her gymnastics. He would just sit on that pillow and never run off. Moo is super great. Now, when COVID hit, I wanted to help you through those scary and unsure times. With Moo having such a gentle and caring soul and being able to sit still for so long, we decided to change his name to Mighty Moo, and that's how Mighty Moo came to be. In the beginning, we dressed him in some costumes. His mighty red cape that he always wriggled out of, an angel outfit, and my favorite, the Pentecost outfit. And there were some others. But we realized he didn't really like to play dress up. What he really liked was eating snacks. So we stopped dressing him up and started filling his tummy. Mighty Moo loved working with me to share God's love with you. Mighty Moo gave us 75 wonderful videos filled with stories from the Bible. If you miss Mighty Moo, head on over to YouTube and just search Mighty Moo. You will see him there. Mighty Moo would want me to remind you that the Bible is filled with God's love and promises. The Bible is a book that can be summed up by one word: love. God's love for you and me and animals. God loves all of his creation. Mighty Moo would definitely want to share this Bible verse with you too. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Now that just means that God gives each of us gifts, ways that we can share God's love with others. Maybe you are an artist, or you like to read to others. Maybe you like to do kind things for others, or you are a good listener. There are so many ways that you can share God's love with others. Mighty Moo used his gift of cuteness, and with his ability to sit still for a while, he grabbed your attention and kept it, all while sharing God's love with you. Mighty Moo had a way of wrapping himself all around our hearts. I'm so glad he used his gifts that God gave to him. Now here's a picture of Alexa holding Mighty Moo before she filmed one of our many lessons. I do want you to know that Mighty Moo was well loved by his family and many friends like you. I can imagine Moo in heaven right now with Cookie and the two of them running and popcorning in a field filled with hay and eating their favorite treats. Well, that's all the time we have for today. But before we close, Mighty Moo would want to make sure you never forget the love that God has for you. So let's all say our closing together today. Let's say it to Mighty Moo so he will know that we will never forget God's love for him and for us. And don't worry, he will hear you because as the Bible promises in Luke chapter 1 verse 37, for nothing is impossible with God. So Mighty Moo, we will see you again in heaven. And always remember, God loves you today, tomorrow, and every day. Bye.